We all have dreams. Those little big wishes that live in our hearts, and that in some cases have been burning inside of us for years, maybe even decades. Learning how to play an instrument, starting a business, writing a book, learning a new language, traveling to that place you've always wanted to visit, or simply daring to change the course of your life. I am in Aculco, Estado de Mexico right now, a place I've wanted to visit for a long time. But you know, there's always an excuse not to do things. And that happens pretty much throughout our lives. Something, I might add, that would be a great idea to adjust. But often, we find ourselves trapped in excuses. I am too old, I don't have enough time, I'm not good enough. The funny thing is that those excuses almost always come from fear. Fear of failure, fear of what others might say, fear of starting over. I get it, I've been there. What would your life be like if fear didn't stop you? We all feel fear at some point. It's part of being human. But what really defines our lives is how we respond to that fear. First, it's important to recognize that fear is not the enemy. Fear is a signal. It's your mind trying to protect you from the unknown or the potential danger that a situation might bring about. But here's the secret. You don't have to eliminate fear to move forward. You just have to learn to live with it. In other words, ask yourself this question. What's the worst that could happen if I face my fears? And even more important than that, what's the best thing that could happen? Being brave doesn't mean not being afraid. It means moving forward in spite of it. Every time you face your fears, even in small steps, you build your confidence and get a little closer to your goals. Think about the people you admire the most. They've all been afraid and doubted at some crucial moment in their lives, but they decided not to let that stop them. That can be your path too. So what's the solution? What to do? How to get started? Well, here are some practical ideas. First, break your goals down into small steps. If something seems too big, make it more manageable. Second, create a plan. Knowing how you're going to move forward gives you clarity and confidence. Third, seek support. Talk to someone who inspires you or who's been through something similar. You don't have to do it alone. Remember, you don't have to wait for the fear to go away to act. Life is full of moments that challenge us, but also rewards for those who dare to try. Do it for your dreams. Do it for the person you want to be. I was just about to share a part of my story with you, but it turns out that I found a much more fascinating and truly inspiring one. Annette Roberts graduated from Southern New Hampshire University a few weeks ago at the age of 90. Of course, there's a whole narrative behind this story, but the point is that Annette found a way not to let her dream die, but just the complete opposite. She made it happen, no matter how long it took. Sometimes life can be like a puzzle without a clear picture of what we are building. Where you are today, right now, might not be where you plan to be. Certainly not at the beginning of the new year. But here you are, And what I want you to know is this: it's almost never too late to start something you've always wanted to do. The reality is that there is no such thing as a perfect time to do something. And while we can't change the past, what we can do is start now, right now. Because every small step you take today is a seed planted for the future. It is important to remember that it's never too late to rediscover yourself, to start over, to dare to live the life you dreamed of. Because believe it or not, life is more flexible than it seems. Your path doesn't have to be fast, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to start. And every small achievement deserves to be celebrated. So ask yourself a question: where are you in life right now? Not as a regret, but as an invitation to imagine where you want to be tomorrow. And most importantly, to take that first step today. It's almost never too late to start, and there is no better time to do it than now. And if it's about starting off right, without a doubt, a delicious breakfast that only Aculco can provide is the best way to do it. And after this short reflection and an excellent breakfast, it's time to see everything Aculco has to offer, starting with its splendid streets and a variety of attractions. Cobblestone streets, without a doubt, one of the greatest attractions of a beautiful town like this. This is something very peculiar about Aculco. We can find an extensive variety of stone facades, which gives a special touch to this place, which in itself is already special. And speaking of Adelita, life is like this tour through downtown Aculco and its surroundings. You get on and immediately begin to enjoy where it takes you. Some parts of it may not seem so interesting, but wait, because it's only a matter of time until you reach one of those fascinating points of life. In this case, the public washboards of Aculco. If you are from my generation, that is, half a century ago and beyond, you will remember the famous or infamous mouth-to-mouth gossip. Well, this used to be the gossip of the moment. Now, a little more modern, the Facebook of Aculco, and for the truly contemporary, the social networks. And it's for the simple reason that by this means, everything was communicated around. This place is located on a spring that has been supplying water to the town for more than 400 years. They were built in 1882 so that the community had a place to wash their clothes. And like every iconic town, we just could not miss the resounding legend of this place. Right here, the legend of the Witch of Aculco is told. The legend says that a pirul tree welcomes those who visit the place, and that hugging its trunk, 3 children appear who were condemned to live in it with the witch. And the town promised not to harm the tree because the souls of the little ones suffer.
En este momento, pues bueno, en algunas ocasiones vemos panaditas de patitos, ahorita hay 2 que 3, miren. Tenemos a veces panaditas también de garcitas, gaviotitas.
The name Aculco comes from the Nahuatl toponym of pre-Hispanic origin, Acolco, which means place where the waters twist. And besides the waters, which we will see in just a moment, there is a huge variety of crafts made from quarries and volcanic stone. There is something for every taste and every budget. And back on Adelita, we arrived at the place where the waters abound, the Concepcion Waterfall. This is located on the Aculco-Amealco Highway, about 8 kilometers from the municipal capital. The waterfall is fed by the waters of the Ñadó Dam and runs on a road of basaltic columns in the middle of a rocky landscape that stands out among a canyon. The waterfall is more than 25 meters high and extends over beautiful and impressive basaltic formations, very similar to those in Huasca de Ocampo in Hidalgo, making it a beautiful natural spectacle. On its basalt walls, you can practice rock climbing and cracks, rappelling, and through it, hiking. At the time of this video, the rainy season had already left us, so you can't see it at its peak. In fact, this may be the lowest level you can find it all year. Still, it's quite impressive, and you can walk where you normally wouldn't be able to due to the strong current of water. Something that needs to be stressed is that you have to be very careful, since there aren't many safety handrails. In fact, there are very few, so be very careful and cautious, especially if you come with children. Also, descending to the bottom and experiencing this wonderful landscape from there, which is totally worth it, will give you a different and spectacular perspective of the site. If you decide to explore the hiking route at the waterfall, you should know that it's about 1.3 kilometers round trip. It takes approximately half an hour and is considered of moderate difficulty. This route is available all year round. There are also pools where you can go to cool off, but still be careful. This time around, I was not able to complete this task due to such little time we were given to be there, which leaves me only one option: return. Preferably during the rainy season when I can capture this natural beauty in its greatest splendor. That is an excellent excuse to return. So there you have it, a little taste of Aculco, Magic Town. Without a doubt, a totally family-friendly place, but also perfect for any solitary traveler who enjoys being with his own thoughts. And perhaps the best option of all, come with your significant other and enjoy everything this place has to offer. Experience Aculco. God bless.